Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make some cornbread dressing. Here's what you're going to need. You need some day-old cornbread, so I made this last night. I also add some bread ends if I have some left because I don't like to waste. You need a green bell pepper, purple onion, red bell pepper. Red bell pepper is totally optional. You need some celery, which is also optional. Some Italian seasoning, some seasoned salt, and some poultry seasoning, and black pepper. Then you're gonna also use cream of mushroom and cream of chicken. The reason that I'm not using a lot of seasonings is because this has salt in it, and so does your chicken broth. You're gonna need 2 cans of that also. This is all the seasoning you need. If you want to put more, that's on you. That's your business. This is just how I do mine. I just started adding this, and it made it taste really good. I'm not a sage eater, but I also found out around Thanksgiving that poultry seasoning has sage in it. So here's your sage if you like sage dressing. So now that I have my vegetables cleaned and rinsed, we're gonna go ahead and chop them up. So we'll start with my celery. I cut these big white pieces off because they're not good anyway. Shoot, celery not good, but it tastes good in dressing. And then I go ahead, see how that looks. I don't use that. I had Walmart pick my groceries and they did a terrible job, but this is how your piece of celery should look. I split it down the middle, then chop. And you're gonna do that with all 3 pieces, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go over to my bell pepper. I use bell pepper in a lot of my recipes. I know you've noticed if you've been watching. And then you're gonna do the same with your red bell pepper and your purple onion. You can use yellow onion also. So look how pretty that is. See, that's why I use the purple and the red, and it just makes it pretty little medley. So now that you have all of your vegetables chopped up, you're gonna put them in a skillet with half a stick of butter until they cook down to soft. All right, so here's my skillet. Turn it up to medium high. Half a stick of unsalted butter. I know I didn't say that the first time, but you want it to be unsalted because you're gonna add flavors to this, remember? And then add your vegetables. And then let them simmer on medium high. And then also I decided at the last minute, because I'm allowed to do that because it's my dressing, I'm gonna add a half of this Knorr chicken bouillon cube, just because I didn't add meat this time. Sometimes I cut up some of the turkey or the chicken and put it in here too. But again, I'm gonna add a half of this cube. It's up to you though. I wish y'all could smell it. It smells so good. When your vegetables are cooking down, you want to crumble up your cornbread. All right, so now that we have our cornbread crumbled up and our bread crumbs in there and our vegetables are translucent, you want to take them and put them in here. You're going to add your wet ingredients. So sprinkle some seasoned salt, some Italian seasoning. And again, what do I always say? Let the ancestors guide you. Just whenever your wrists feel like, stop sprinkling. So this is pepper and then poultry seasoning. Then you're gonna add your soups. So this is cream of mushroom and cream of chicken. And then last but not least is gonna be your chicken broth. Now the chicken broth you want to add slowly, because how wet your dressing is up to you. You want to mix and make sure it's mixed evenly, and make sure all that cornbread is crumbled up in there. See, this is not as wet as I like it, so I'm gonna add more chicken broth. Sometimes I use 1 can, sometimes I use 2. And then as far as the seasoning, you can stop and taste it, because we didn't use any egg in here, so just take a little off the spoon. Taste it. And I think I want to add a little bit more poultry seasoning, so I will. And a tad bit more Italian seasoning. Oh, and then also, you're gonna melt down another stick of butter, stick and a half actually, and add it to this mix. So this is about the consistency I wanted. I think. No, I'm gonna add the rest of this. So that was 1 whole can of chicken broth, 2 packs of Shawnee Mills cornbread, and 3 slices of bread, butt ends of bread. So that's about the consistency that I want. And I'm gonna go melt my butter down and pour it in, and then we're gonna add it to a pan. So we're adding our stick and a half of butter into the mix. Mix in. Now you can use half a stick. Again, it just depends on how much cornbread you use. And if you want to stop and give it a taste, go ahead. And then like you're gonna get a glass pan or aluminum pan, whatever you have, and pour your dressing in. Smooth it out. And then you're gonna place it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees and cook until it is done. Hi guys, I just thought I'd pop in and say thank you for watching my videos. And as usual, check that description box for all the ingredients and the directions. I hope you enjoyed this video.